For a lot of films and shows today, artists need to bring existing 3D models into the digital world to blend into their visual effects. While 3D assets can be created from scratch, there is a simpler method of scanning models: photogrammetry. As the name implies, photogrammetry starts with photos and computationally builds highly detailed surfaces and textures, and all you need to get started is a camera and an NVIDIA RTX laptop. A laptop with a Quadro RTX 5000 GPU will give us the flexibility to capture high-quality scans in a studio or even going mobile. No matter where you are, the GPU has all the compute capabilities needed to process even some of the most complex scans. Let's dive in and show you how to leverage NVIDIA GPUs to turn anything into a 3D asset by stitching images together in reality capture. The first step to making a 3D model is to capture the images from all around our subject while trying to keep our background as dark as possible. The way I do it is by shooting on a black backdrop that I set up. We get the best results if we take extra steps to minimize environmental influences like moving lights or changing backgrounds. Also, when an object is really shiny, it can be hard for the software to accurately capture surface detail. So we minimize that with a polarized light source and a filter on the camera. This method is commonly referred to as the void method of 3D scanning. I have a pretty fun looking tiger mask that I want to use in some of my 3D projects. So I'm going to set it up on this rotating tabletop and start capturing images. To be able to create a model from images, we need to take a lot of photos from a ton of different angles. The model spins in the exact same lighting conditions, and the camera can be controlled to capture precise angles. This allows us to capture every possible crevice and cavity to ensure that we get a quality 3D scan. Once we've captured all our images, we can transfer them to our laptop and load them into reality capture. In reality capture, we use hundreds of images to build our 3D asset. Luckily, NVIDIA GPUs have thousands of processing cores that power through the work of aligning all these images and displaying them as thumbnails in 3D space. All the aligned images help to provide data that reality capture needs to generate a representation of the mesh as a point cloud. A point cloud consists of unique dots in space to represent 3D data. If an object is highly detailed, it's going to require more points to cover the surface, which means more memory is going to be needed to store those points. That is where the generous 16 gigabytes of frame buffer of the RTX 5000 comes in handy. That extra memory allows me to see a lot more detail in the point cloud, which in turn helps me to generate a much higher quality mesh. Now that we have a good idea what our model looks like thanks to the point cloud, we can convert it to geometry, which can be read and used in any 3D application. This also uses GPU acceleration to do it in a fraction of the time it would take with only a CPU. At this point, I have a super dense, high quality mesh complete with textures that I'm pretty happy with. And thanks to my powerful GPU driving the viewport, I can interactively inspect the tiger before exporting it out as a 3D model that I can use in any of my additional projects. Photogrammetry allows us to make anything we see into a 3D model. And thanks to GPU acceleration, this process is even faster and easier than ever before. With NVIDIA RTX power and creativity with a mobile workstation, the possibilities are endless. Take your work with you and spend time where it matters the most, all while bringing ideas to life and blurring the line between reality and 3D.